Welcome.
I work for Mogrel. You got a problem, you talk to him.
Teldrin Sero, blade for hire. If you have the coin, I'm at your service. The best swordsman in all Morrowind is at your service. For the right price. Then let's be off. Right behind you. Anytime you want to head for Skyrim, I'm right with you. I've spent enough time on Solstheim to last a lifetime.
Welcome to the Retching Netch Corner Club, home of the finest Sue Jammer that will ever grace your lips. Well, well, Adril's got himself a spy, does he? Azura knows he needs all the help he can get. He's been chasing the Ulins for years now. No, I just think he's going about this the wrong way. Actually, I do. If you want to catch those slippery slaughterfish, you need to let them come to you. There's an Ulin ancestral tomb near the temple. Someone's been leaving ash yam offerings on the altar inside. If you were to wait inside for whomever that is, I'm betting they'll have some of the answers you're looking for. What makes you think I have it? Anytime Adril and the Redarin Guard made a move, the Ulins must have been one step ahead and didn't show up. You can thank me if it works. Until then, I'd head to the tomb and wait until your visitor shows up. Back in 95, Vila Ulin came to Raven Rock with a plan to take over our town. The Fetcher thought he could stir up the locals and use them against the Redarin Guard, and then murder Consular Morvain when we weren't looking. He arrived alone, but spread enough coin around to start changing people's minds. Half the bloody town joined his side. Can you believe that? He underestimated the Redarin Guard. They were organized and brought a swift end to the coup. Vila tried to run, but he was caught by Captain Veleth himself. Vila Ulin was executed a short time later, and his remains placed in the Ulin ancestral tomb. When the Dunmer is laid to rest, the body is burned and returned to the ashen soil. Since the ash yam is born of the very same soil, it represents rebirth and renewal, the fact that life ends and begins anew. Watch yourself out there. Looks like an ash storm might be brewing.
Hope we don't run into too many ash spawn out here.
You've brought Raven Rock back from the brink, traveler. I don't know how to thank you. Excuse me. I didn't realize there was anyone else here. I presume the same thing you're doing, leaving an offering for the departed. Forgive my surprise. It's just that I wouldn't expect that sort of behavior from someone who isn't Dunmer. Since there aren't any Ulans left on this island, I've taken it upon myself to leave the traditional offering in their stead. Oh, no bother. We all have a right to be here. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'd like to meditate a bit.
I'm glad that I'm finally traveling with someone who seems competent. My last patron was killed trying to tackle an entire fort of bandits alone.
I hope Gelders proved useful. Have you made any progress? Telesu. Are you sure? So Gelders' plan worked, eh? Every time we tried it, no one would ever show up. If Telesu's involved in any sort of plot to harm Councillor Morvain, I'm going to need hard evidence to prove it. I'm not kicking down anyone's door until I have solid evidence in hand. If you're wrong about Telesu, things would quickly go downhill around here, and the real culprits might slip away. I can't afford for that to happen. If you have evidence, and it places your life in peril, I would expect you to do whatever you must to keep yourself alive. Here, this key should open the front door of the manor in case they've locked it. Good luck. Villa Ulen wasn't the first Ulen to live in Raven Rock. His father, Valen Ulen, was one of the first Dunmer to settle here. Unlike his son, Villa, Valen was a good man. He contributed to the community and was quite respected. When Valen died, his family provided the funds to construct the tomb. The Ulen family being a part of House Lalu didn't matter. It's Dunmer's tradition for the ashes of the deceased to be placed in an ancestral tomb. Valen Ulen and his son's remains were both laid to rest there because that's what he'd requested. Be careful. If the Severans have betrayed us, then they'll be well armed.
Adro, a word, please.
Fethis, I'm quite busy at the moment.
Why hasn't a Redoran guard been posted at my shop, like I've requested?
You and I both know we can't spare anyone right now. I don't care if you still have friends at the East Empire Company or not. They abandoned us long ago, so your contacts are meaningless here. That's it.
Anytime you want to head for Skyrim, I'm right with you.
Mallory, you need to
Spent
talk
enough
some
time
sense
on
into your
Soul's
husband.
time to last a
Can't get
life.
blood from a stone, Mogul. As it is, we can barely make ends meet.
That is a murder.
Stop hiding, coward. I'll make it quick.
I won't allow
promise.
you to ruin years of...
Filthy fetcher!
It's not my
House
time.
Lala will have its revenge.
You lost?
Did you find any evidence at Severin Manor yet? Then we finally have them. All that remains now is chasing them down and bringing them to justice. Good.
May I have a
I'm going
word
to
with
send
you,
two of the
Counselor?
best Redoran Guard we have
course,
to
indeed.
take them down.
What troubles
I
you?
want you
I
to
was
assist them
concerned about
any way
our
you
food
can.
stores. Jalan can only carry so much on each journey, and I'm afraid we might
See
run
that you
out.
do. We can't afford to let these traitors slip away. Ashfallow
Sorry,
Citadel's
Sindiri.
been abandoned for a long time.
I fear we'll
Be
be
ready for
feasting on
anything.
ash yams a bit more often this year.
You've brought Rick.
Despite the foul beings that infest this place, I'm certain we'll find plenty of wealth to make it worth our time.
What are you doing? I'm on your side! What?
What was that?
I knew it!
Despite the foul beings that infest this place, I'm certain we'll find plenty of wealth to make it worth our time.
I join you in death!
You lost?
Well, what happened? Were you able to track down Vendel? Out with it! Then,
Time you want to head for Skyrim.
it's finally over.
I've spent enough
What of the
time
Redoran
on
Guard
Soul
I
Stars
sent to
last
assist you?
a lifetime.
Damn it. I was hoping to protect our people by sending them, not end up with casualties. To think that Vendel would stoop so low as to hire those fetchers. I'm glad you killed him. Wonderful. Simply wonderful. Councillor Morvain will be quite pleased when he hears about this. Follow me, and I'll take you to the Councillor so you can speak to him yourself. Excuse me, Councillor Morvain. I have some wonderful news.
Adriel, I haven't seen a smile on your face like that in a long time.
This visitor has single-handedly dealt with a threat that could have ended your life. Vendel, Telesue, and Miri Severin weren't who they appeared to be. I'm afraid they were here to avenge Villa Ulen's death.
Vendel? But he's done so much for Raven Rock. How could this be possible?
They did it to gain our confidence, Councillor. They had us all fooled. I should have been more vigilant. I'm sorry.
Don't say that. It's not your fault, old friend. And you, step forward. What
I
you've
believe
done for
Councillor
me,
Morvain wants to
for
speak.
all of Raven Rock, goes far beyond what I would have expected from a traveler to our town. For this, you have my deepest gratitude. Now, I'm certain Adriel was prepared to reward you appropriately for everything you've done. However, since a bit of coin hardly seems like enough, I've decided to provide something more substantial. Since the Severin family, or whoever they were, turned out to be criminals, their property is now forfeit. As Counselor, I hereby award you Severin Manor, and everything contained within. You've earned your citizenship here, and I hope you'll consider staying with us as a member of our community.